Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Leap. It is Thursday, August the 13th, 2015. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a group of traders. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. It is a live subscription room. We come together each day, each morning to go through and take a look at the market, macro to micro, the structure of the market, drill down to our trade levels and our targets and our hypotheses for the day. And then we have a live trade room during the course of the day with live market analysis by myself. If you want more information about it, give me an email at quantumleaptrading@gmail.com or contact me at 647-545-8065. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand their knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves the risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody in Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own plan and your own risk metrics. Okay, so with that done, let's just get the news out of the way. Big news, but little impact. Core retail sales came out as expected. Retail sales month over month came out as expected. Unemployment claims came out pretty much in line with expectation, and the import prices were slightly less, but all came out pretty much as expected. We got no real big wiggle. We're back up here in balance in around this 87.50 again. No surprise. We had that big move down overnight, and then they tried to take it lower. They got as low as that 46.50, just above our next big target below at the 45.50. And then they rotated up and rallied all afternoon and took out all the news. I mean, the news came out. When the Chinese news came out, we were trading right in around the 84, 85 mark, and that took us down to 53.75 in the Globex, and then we opened up at around 64 area, and then they took it down, and then the buyers stepped in. Now there's word and rumor that the government stepped in because they want to hold this market up coming into September. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's the scuttlebutt that I heard, is that the government stepped in and did the buying down here. Anyway, they took back everything that they had lost, and now we're back up into our main distribution near the 93.50. Now remember that the 87.50 was the microcomposite VPOC going back to February 5th. And I would be watching this morning. If we get here and we hold around this 87.50 and we get the VPOC shift down to 87.50, then I'd be looking for a continuation to the upside. Our key line in the sand today is going to be 80.50. Below 80.50, then I think we're going to rotate back into this triple distribution area again. The 5-day microcomposite VPOC is running at 2073.50. So we'll get into this a little bit more when we get into the structure of the market. But as you know, I like to start my morning with the same routine. I start with a monthly chart candlestick with 9 EMA and 20 SMA. I'm simply looking for two things. Where are there naked crosses, and do we have a trend in place in each time frame? And you can see the monthly time frame, we got good slope, good separation. We're trading near the all-time highs. We're holding the 9 EMA. The trend is very much intact on monthly. Again, I want to reiterate that even if we move down into this 1990 area, we do not violate the trend on the long term until we get below 94 area. Going to the weekly, I gotta apologize. We've got allergies going on. We've got this head and shoulder pattern still as a possibility. You know, it almost came down and set the neckline for us, but keep that in mind. There's no real slope or separation on the weekly. You know, there's no trend. We're in consolidation on the weekly. On the daily, same thing. We're in this consolidation area, in this distribution area, but we are trading below the 9 and the 20. We tried to get back above the 20 this morning, and we've failed to get above it. Now we're trading below it. We got a little bit of slope and separation, so there's possibility of a downward trend in the day, but right now it's more consolidation than anything. Going into the intraday to see if we have any trends coming into the RTH session. You can see that the 4 hour is in consolidation. You know, we are trading above the 9 and the 20, but it's more sideways horizontal development rather than vertical development. Going down to the 30-minute, we've got a bit of a rollover here. We had a strong trend off of that low. We do have a naked cross down here at 2059. We've got some crosses below us, but we've also got crosses above us as well. I've got one below us at 2065 on the 1 hour. I've got this 2059 on the 30-minute and 2058 on the 15-minute. We just took out one on the 5-minute at 87.50. But we are seeming to roll over, but there's no trend on the 30-minute. Going to the 5-minute, we do have a start of a downtrend here. We've got slope and separation to the downside. We got, you know, we're trading below. We're seeing some weakness come in, and there is this naked cross down here. Now, I don't think we're going to get down here, all the way down here at 20.53 and a quarter, but we have to be prepared for anything. Just reading it down myself because I missed that one. So, you know, right now we're seeing some weakness coming into the RTH session. The key line on the open is going to be, well, the first one will be 82 and a quarter, and then the 80.50 level. So let's take a look at the big picture again. So we, you know, fell out of bed on the Chinese devaluing their currency. We had some continuation to the low side. We completed that measure move. We had that measured move that I posted in the Globex overnight, and then was looking for the 100% completion of that. That was completed at the 2049. And basically we got down into that 2050-50 area. They tried to poke lower. Buyers stepped in and rotated us back up. We've got two distribution zones, each with you know, undetermined fair value. You've got the upper distribution, the July 1st till now, microcomposite 96, microcomposite VPOC is 96.50. The February the 5th till now is 93.50, and then we've got this 87.50, which was the February till now microcomposite VPOC. So we've got that upper distribution. The 80.50 is the dividing line between it, and then below that, we have this triple distribution down here with 75.50, 71, and 66.75, with the key line in the sand still at this 59 area. Nothing changes. We were unable to break out of value to the downside. Rotated back up, we're right back into the long-term balance with the value area low at 60.50, the value area high up here at 07. So if we hold above the 80.50, look for them to creep their way up, close out this gap right here. We'll probably close it out on the open if we open up in this area, and then come back up into this 87.50, possibly see a microcomposite VPOC shift, and then if we do, the accept value again in the 87.50. First resistance going to be at 89.50, and then above that a rotation into this 93 and 96.50, with 2100 being the upside. I'm going to use 2175 because that's the 5-day range high, and anything above that, I'm looking for that 0175 and 0375 with a possibility of continuation up to 07 or 09, 2108. 75. Anything above that, we're finally breaking out of the longer term value. We're also breaking out of the shorter time frame value that runs in this balance area between the 22nd and today. And then we've got this naked microcomposite VPOC sitting up here at 2112.75, where they tried to hold value after making that new high in the RTH for September. All right, so let's take a look at the overnight and start moving our numbers over. We're seeing some continued weakness coming in here right now, coming down, testing the midpoint overnight, coming inside of the range. So we were trading up here in the 87 area, and we were going to get an open outside of range and outside of value. Now we've come down. We're inside a range right now. So our overnight high is 93. And our overnight low is down at 76. And our overnight VPOC, which is not going to shift, is at 88.50. And we're trading 83 right now. So finally, we got some action coming off the news. Now remember, we've got the Greek vote that is tentative for today. So I don't know when they're supposed to vote, but this is something that is headline news and could very much revalue this market. Personally, I think that the vote's going to come through as a pass again. But we'll have to see. Well, we're really seeing some weakness coming in here. Okay, so we're coming down into our first target below range here at the 81.50. Don't need this anymore. Let's just expand this out. Sorry, 81.25. So right now, as I said, key for us this morning is going to be this 80.50. It's the CLVN. It's also an LVN. You can actually extend it down. Come on. I don't know why that. Oh, darn. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on a second. I got to revert my chart. Hit the wrong thing. I'm going to extend this down to 79, just so it incorporates the 79.75, because that has been an important level to us. The CLVN is shifted up to the 80.50, but remember, the market has memory, so I want to pay attention to that 79. And then above us, we've got this range high at 84.75. So those are going to be the two trade areas off of this morning. We've got the close, the naked close here at 84.25. But if we break out of 85, then I think we go up and we hit our first target, which is going to be our main target and balance in this area, up at 87.50 with the overnight VPOC, and then we've got Tuesday's high up here at 88.25, and I think if we get above 88.25 again, we'll get a strong move to test that 89.50, which is the upside value. You can see that the 5-day value area high is up here at 88. So if we can get above 88.25, the range high from Tuesday, then I think we're going to go and test that 89.50, which is basically separating the 87.50 and the 93.50, the undetermined fair value there. So I'm going to use this 89.50 as my next trade level. And then anything above 89.50, I'm looking for a move into the overnight high and that target at 93.50. A little bit of resistance coming in at 94.50. And then above that, all the same targets. We got the 96.50, and then we got the 98, and then above that we've got the 2100, 2101.75, 2103.75. See how these numbers don't change. 2105.50, and then our key line in the sand 2107 with the 2108.75, and then the 2112. And the naked close at 1475 with the CHVN at 1550. I mean, I don't even change these things. They're just they're great levels. I mean, the good thing about getting stuck in the range is that we get a very good determination of where we're going to react, and levels start to become more and more usable, and you can get a better feel of the probable rotations. Okay, so below the 2080 50, then we're looking, the first target is going to be the 77.75 with the overnight low at 76, and then just below it, our main target below is 75.50. You've got the CHVN there, and then you've got the value area low for the 22nd till now, the balance area that we're in, value area low on the microcomposite. So I'm going to use 75.50. I'm going to use 75.50 as a target, because I think if we come down and take out the overnight low at 76, we're likely not going to hold it. We're going to come down and test this right here. And this is a low volume area on this thin area of the profile that is going to have some repair done. So I think we're going to come back down here and test that if we get below the 80.50 level. And then below that, we've got the 74.25 and 73.50 is the 5-day microcomposite VPOC. So that's going to be a target down here. And then the key line for us below the 80 is going to be the 70 again, this CLVN at 70. You got CHVN at 71. You've got the range low from Tuesday at 70.75. You got the value area high at 69.75. So the 70 area, 70 to 71 area is going to be extremely attractive if we stay inside of range. And then below that, we're back into value, and your first target below is going to be the 66.75 CHVN, the lower of the three undetermined value area, the triple distribution. And then below that, between the 65.75 and 63, we've got the IB, we've got the midpoint, we've got the open from yesterday's RTH session, and we've got the VWAP. This whole area, to me, is going to be a key area to hold, because below that, then we're back to testing that key line in the sand, which is going to be this 59 area again. So be careful in this area. Don't short until you're below the 63. Don't get long until you're above the 65.75 area. So that's going to be a little bit of a convoluted area. So be careful, because you get chopped up in here as these fight these levels. And then below that, you've got the naked VPOC from yesterday and the lower distribution, basically where they found responsive buyers down here at 53.75. You have the FOMC from July at 51, and then you've got the 49. But I'm going to move the 49 down to the value area low at the 48. Is it 47? What is it? 48 or 47.75? 47.75. And then below that, you've got the low at 46, but I'm really going to be watching this 45.50 as a target. So this is going to be a trade area. I'll take the break below the 47.75 into the 46, but understanding that we're more likely to come down into the 45.50, 45 and a quarter. It's actually 45 and a quarter now. And then below that, we've got the naked close and those targets all in around the 39.40 area with 37.75 just below. And then there's really not much again to hold us up. There's a CLVN at 36.75. And then below that, I'm looking at 30, 26.75, 24.75, 19, 15, and the big extended target down there at, is it 11 or 11.50? 11.50. With 08 below it, and then some naked crosses down here, and of course, test of the 2000s. Don't think we're going to get down that far today, but you never know. You never know what Greek is going to give us today. So that's what I'm looking at. So my main hypothesis, now that we're inside of range and inside of value, is probably to come up, test this 80.50, and if we hold the 80.50, rotate back up to close the gap, test the 84.75, and there we'll see if we get responsive sellers or they break out. If they break out, I'm looking for them to go up and take out that overnight high and get back up into balance. I'd be looking for the 87.50 to come up and get tested with the first breakout, and then see if they get the VPOC, the microcomposite VPOC shift. If that happens, I'm looking for continuation, and I'll take a pretty strong trade above the 89.50 into the overnight high and the 93.50, especially if they leave this overnight low alone. If they come down here, either going up first and taking out the naked close and rejecting the range high and responsive seller stepping in, and then rotating back through down to the 80.50 and break, then I'm looking for them to come down and start doing some repair in this thin area of the microcomposite and get stuck in this triple distribution zone down here. Down here. Between that 75.50, 71, and 66.75, with the big target below, at the midpoint, and below the midpoint, if we get below this 59, continuation down. I think we're going to get a tighter range today, if depending on when that news comes out, and I think we're going to either get stuck in here or creep our way up into the 93, 96.75 area. So that's what I'm looking at, and we'll have to wait to see what we do. If they get out here and they come back into range, your main target below is going to be that 81 and a quarter. Actually, I'm going to do it at 81.75. As both a bounce off of the 80.50 and a rejection of the range high and a move back down. I mean, nothing you can do while it's trading in here. There's no real edge here until you get to 80.50 or the 85. Okay, take a quick look at gold, then we'll wrap this up. Gold has broken out. Finding some balance right here. We've got 2-day microcomposite at 11.23.10. Bring in the breakout day. It doesn't change it, so I prefer to leave it like this. And this is the breakout day. This is where they're finding, trying to hold value. They couldn't hold it here, so they're moving back, and we're currently trading at 11.15.30. 11.12.70 is going to be your main trade area here. If we hold that and we bounce, look for them to rotate back up into the 11.18.60 and continuation up into the 2-day microcomposite VPOC with a test of this 1126. We've hit the 1126. Remember, that was our target. And then the next trade level is going to be this 1129.20, a break above that. Then I'm looking for a move into the 1136.40, and with the main target still above in the 1154 area. Below 1112.70, look for rotation back into 1108. Possibly come down and test that 1100 again. And remember, as long as we're holding the 1100, I'm looking for a slow grind back up into the 50s, and then basically work our way through the 1100 slowly, going into the end of the year towards this 1240, which is the composite VPOC that goes all the way back to 2008. Below 1100, looking for them to come back into this balance where we had the symmetrical triangle and then broke out at 1191 with the first target at 1195.30, and then a possibility of continuation lower. Below 1074.70, then I think we're going to see some further weakness in gold, and I think we'll work our way through the 1000s, and with the big target still down here, down at the lower 1000 level. So that's what I'm looking at in gold. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market morning session. We're testing this 80-50 level already. So far, they're holding it. So watch if they can hold this for rotation back up into the 81.75 and a close of the the gap close at what is it, 84.70. Sorry. 84.25. If they break it, then look for them to come down into the 77 and take out the overnight low at 76 and test this 75 level. Anyway, that's it. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.